4-Star has helped me grow the most in Common Vision. I came into this program and I already, my view on leadership is that it's not that the best person leads, as we've, talked about this. It's not always the smartest person. It's the person that is able to see that everyone around them is equal, but their talents are different, and to bring those people together.
I never said, what do you guys feel like doing? How should we use your opinions and things like that to do it? And that really, it opened my eyes to setting a goal that we wanted to do and pursuing it ourselves without necessarily needing a lot of adult supervision or needing things like that. And that was just amazing to learn about.
Coming here is really a humbling experience, and learning about value really makes you appreciate all the things that you actually have in your life.
When you have the desire to achieve an objective or achieve a goal, you got to figure out, okay, how are we going to measure success? The development of a common vision is really hard to do. It's really tough to do.
You really do have to work like the senator said on Common Vision, because you can be the most right dude in the world, and if you can't convince somebody that you're right, what's the purpose of the whole deal?
If in your mind you cannot imagine a way to get it done, it'll never get done.
You got to have vision. I mean, if you're going to lead, why are you going to lead? Why do you want to lead? Where do you want to lead? Who do you want to lead? What's your vision, in other words?
All of the different speakers have given us a lot to think about, and the leadership training, information, and experience that they have is beyond anything I've ever seen in the speakers that usually talk to young people.
Here, I really had to throw myself into talking to people. I don't like approaching people when I'm new, but when everybody's new, it's a lot easier to do that.
Communication has changed. Communication now means something totally different, Warren, than when you and I were growing up. Communication now can be anonymous, it's virtual, it's digital, but the fundamental principles are the same.
Communication is a two-way channel. And if you're not receiving, or you don't have the ability to receive, or you're not a good listener, then you can have the most amazing communicator in the world out there, but you're not going to grasp the message. And I think that's where, I try to point out sometimes that be in the now, be in the moment, be present.
As a leader, you have to know the impact of both your words and your actions so that you can lead and have vision, and people will want to be inspired and following.
You really do have to work as a group, and it's interesting to see other people's ideas and, focus together.
I believe I've grown the most in character, just learning how to be the same person around everybody and not to be anybody different around certain people.
You gotta have some character, like your own self. You gotta be who you are and not who you think somebody else wants you to be.
People say, well, you can have different. No, you really can't. It has to be concrete. You can't measure truth with a rubber ruler, stretch to any situation and change your ethics. You got to know what you believe in and stick to it. So character in a leader is absolutely vital.
I will say this to you. I don't believe that we lack information on most of the challenges we have as a country. I don't think we lack information nor answers. I think we lack courage. I think we lack the willingness to do what we know must be done.
I can't think of anything more important than character. Integrity, in so much of life, and certainly in business, your word is your bond.
Yourself. Myself.
Yourself. Isn't that absolutely true? We're here to talk about leadership and everything like that, and I don't want to wear y'all out. But I will tell you, if you don't have some respect for yourself, you can't be a leader.
If you don't know humility, you won't learn from your mistakes. You'll make failures and take it way too deep into heart. If you don't learn humility, you won't be able to bounce back from those falls, and you'll just fall down, not fall forward to another success.
You've got to care about them before they're going to follow you. And that just shows a real compassion and caring heart, being a servant leader.
Any of you ever been associated in a group or a club where something needed to be done and someone would say, that's not my job? Having focus and having energy and having integrity and solving problems and taking blame and doing a lot of stuff that nobody else wants to do is what gets you ahead in this world.
As you move through life, make sure you're working intensely to understand what the balance of the real issues are and to help other people understand that, because my experience is 90% of the people in the world will do what's right because it's right if they understand.
We need the best and brightest to be engaged. If you're not engaged, you cannot be a leader.
How do you recommend that we change it? Because I love this country, share a passion for America, and so I want to help put it on its best track. And like you said, it's getting off that, and I'm just not sure how to.
Well, I think that goodness, what a tough question. It's something I have thought about. I mentioned that book to you, Founding Brothers. But they did something, to your question, that we're not doing today. They actually got together, and they had dinner. And the two things that I wanted to share with you about that dinner, they compromised, but they were also civil.
It's much more than I expected. I knew it would be different than any other leadership event that I've gone to. I just didn't expect it to be as unique. There were a lot of different speakers that I'd read up on before I came, and the way that they spoke to us as if we were, not necessarily they were speaking down to us, but as if they were trying to build us up to be more than we already were, that was just something that I'd never gotten in any other camp, so that was wonderful.
What I'm hoping to accomplish is to do well in my persuasive speech and congressional debate, and so that probably is what helped me the most. It gave me a much better understanding for what emissions were in greenhouse gases and global warming. I kind of had a rough idea, but whenever we looked specifically at what it was, it helped a lot.
Confidence in speaking to a group of people. I believe that I've developed that skill a lot here because I've grown accustomed to it, and I've just been able to project my opinion and my voice a lot more than I used to be able to.
I think the most rewarding part was, having op-ed and having all of these people that do great work at the NCPA, just help you. And I mean, I'm 17. I have a lot of teachers that help me, but I don't get the chance to do that every day, and it was really rewarding.
Never knew I would get such great political exposure. I thought the people around me would be interested, but I didn't know that I would get to meet so many great politicians, and it's really changed my life.
I want to gain knowledge, not to benefit myself alone, but to benefit the community that I come from.
Leadership, personal development, teamwork, and relationship building.
Intense, rewarding, and investments. And I choose the last one because of all the investments that people like Mr. Martin, General Franks, all of the different speakers and the staff, the video camera crew, so many people have put into this. I think a lot of people when they go to camps think it's about themselves and it's about all of their friends and getting pictures and memories. But I think it's very important to remember that this is really about the investment other people are making in your life so that you can go out and make investments in other people's lives.
I would say don't quit. Just don't quit. Only you can take yourself out of the fight. How many times have we seen something fail because people gave up? When I look back and reflect on the hunt and capture of Saddam, we'd been on scores of raids that didn't get him, but we went on one more. And so don't quit.